take away the properties. I'm always saying it to you all. If Ashana and her courts, if they knew this is where justice for Mohbad is going to head, they wouldn't have done it. I'm telling you that for free. If Ashana and her court, they knew this is how this is going to end, they wouldn't have done it. Let's continue. Let me sit down now. I've exhausted all my standing up. Let's sit down now.
Usually I'm in the picture because it was one time I actually called him to ask him, like, what happened? What do we do to deserve all of this? Like, why have you been out there?
Look at this miserable, wicked soul. Did you hear what she said? She said there was a time she called Baba Mohbad and asked him, what have I done to deserve this? This girl is a pathological liar. As I have always told you all, even all what she's saying, she believes she's saying the truth. Now, let me bust your bubble. When Mohbad died, if I don't know anything, Baba tried to reach out to Mama Mohbad. It all proved abortive. But then we were Baba's cousin in America. I was online one day on the phone. He called Adua. Adua didn't pick. He called Mohbad. He called Mohbad. Because they didn't want... Look at this girl. She said she called Baba Mohbad one day to ask him, what have I done? Ashana, I am putting it to you now, which I've always said. Even the fire of Mohbad, if it was intentional, there's an adage that says in Yoruba, use the right hand to wash the left hand. That is when the hand will be clean. For two will see, for three will two, if you had called Baba Mohbad, I've told you all, I have the opportunity to be very close to Baba. Baba no muliaye easy to. Baba is the most simplest person. That was why they were able to take his son away from him. That was why they were able to buy his son and still lie to his face. For you to know how simple this man can be. Look at what this girl is saying now. Have you forgotten this girl called Baba? Look at how she's twisting everything. She said she called Baba to ask Baba, what have I done? What has my son and myself done to you? This girl, please, we need all the video she caused Baba. We need to send it to Jude. Remember this girl? Do you see the story she told there? She called Baba to curse Baba, to lay curses on Baba. I will play that video when I finish. She called Baba to lay curses on Baba, but now she came to Jude interview and said she called Baba to say, what did we do to you? If you had called Baba to talk like this, I swear with my living God, Baba would have, soft pedal. And you can start to play. 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 minute, please. I want to play it for people that don't understand. Because she said she called Baba to ask Baba, what did my son and myself did to you? That you are treating us like this. But that was a lie. She called Baba to curse Baba. 2-3 weeks after Mohbad died, she called Baba to curse Baba. She said she will buy Baba the way Mohbad died. I will play it here now. Don't worry. Hello? Baba? Can you hear that? So, why can't you be true tiẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe ìbọn mo pẹ́ dé, àmọ́ níṣe ni mo tètè dé. Wọ́n wọ̀ pé mo pẹ́ dé, àmọ́ níṣe mo tètè dé. Inú wọn tó pé tètè dájú. Ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́, àfi tẹ bá mú ẹ̀mí mi lọ mi ní ṣe justice for Mohbad. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ bá tí ì mú lọ, tí ẹ̀mí mi ò dẹ̀ sí lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kankan, ẹ̀ ní ṣàkọ́ tó dájẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lè. Let's assume Baba was not in good terms with her before Mohbad died. Mohbad now died. If this girl does not have a hidden agenda, will she have the audacity to call Baba to be laying curses on her, on him? Let's assume Baba they are not in good terms, which I know she was lying, because when she got to the burial ground, she went to kneel down and Baba prayed for her. Baba prayed for her and hugged her. Yeah? She had the audacity to call Baba to disrespect him because she knew let me say it for the English-speaking people. She know her hand has touched the sword. She's now waiting for somebody that will take it from her. Or where it's Tekuda. Come on. Òyìnbó mi ló pa yín lẹ́rìn ẹ ṣáà máa lè jẹ ẹ má lè jẹ ẹ má bínú.
Please, you guys are not asking you. You are not liking the video. Please, like the video for me, please.
And it was like, why do I have to take it?
Look at this nitwit. She said Baba was defaming her son and herself. Please, I want you all to be truthful. Let's be truthful with ourselves, please. I don't want to support anybody now. I want to be real on this interview. And I know many of you, your memory is still intact. It is only Olule Nation that their memory is lost. Yeah? When Mohbad died, who started the defamation of character? Please, I want you all to talk. It took Baba almost 2 months before he could grant an interview with BBC Yoruba. Am I communicating? This lady started the defamation. She was jumping from pillar to post, tagging Baba as a killer, tagging Baba that Baba killed Mohbad because of the property. Can you all remember that? And saying Baba buried him. Baba took him to burial ground without making autopsy, without checking what killed Baba. Can you all remember? This girl and Darosha. Can you all remember? They lied to the extent that I was the one that came out to. I came for Baba. I castigated him. I insulted that man. Can you all remember? This girl manipulated the whole Nigerians and made everybody to dislike that man with passion. Baba never said a word to show you how fatherly this man can be. But when the lies started getting more and more, thank God for BBC Yoruba, they went to Baba and got that one interview. That was where Baba said his truth. And from that 2 years ago, when Baba did that first interview, until today, Baba's words has never changed. Don't forget, I know Omiyale too started it. When Omiyale went on that free platform, it was this girl and her family that started defaming Baba. Look at this lady turning it round and saying Baba Mohbad was defaming her. You started it, Ashana. We never supported Baba Mohbad. If you had come out to say your truth, probably we will still support you. But your sister daddy freeze. She said all sorts of lies. Until lately, when she came out to say she was lying. Until lately, she said she was begging Baba Mohbad not to bury that boy. Lately, she told us it was not Baba Mohbad she was talking to. How could you do this to this poor man? Mind you all, this man was the only person that lost a son. And you are so... And look at this girl sitting here, this baby, sitting here and saying that Baba started defaming them. This man never talked. Even when people were cursing him because of the narrative Ashana and Omiyale put out for us, this man did not grant any interview. Baba come home, bank in the first thing, he got all about Baba come back. Let's continue.
Take Liam away from him. Why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place on the island? That means that is my husband rented apartment. That was not supposed to bring him over to meet him in the Korudu because himself and my mother-in-law are not in good terms. He was just trying to manipulate me. So,
do you know what she was saying there? Please, all my Yoruba people, I know the Igbos, the Hausas, they do that as well. The first child, a son died, and Iya Mohbad, Onikaba children, she wanted to mourn. Is she supposed to go to Mohbad's house? No, let's be real. If they wanted to come and greet her, she was supposed to be with Baba Mohbad. I know they are not in good terms. So, therefore, Yamba was supposed to be in her own house so that people can go and greet her there. Not the other way around. Mohbad went to Mohbad's house. She ate Bokoto. She ate Shaki. She ate snail. And she said she was mourning. They give her a imam's clothes to wear. One for that show. And show her fat. Oh, no, we show. Oh, what should you do? Everyone in Amadio. Mohbad. And John Belong. All of you knew what killed Mohbad. Yet you came out because of the scripts they wrote for you. All what you were saying that day was all of you are evil. I am saying this with my full chest today. We are going to the inquest. The inquest is starting now. Is a normal way of life for all these celebrities. It's because people want better day. Let me post your bubble. Look at one of these royal Did you see that video? It came up online. There was a baile in one of these local Beribe area. He was maltreating one of his chiefs. Can you remember? The man was leaning down. He was cursing that man, cursing his children. Can you remember? Can you all remember? Now, let's be sincere with ourselves. Mohbad lost a child. All those commissioners, all the people going to Mohbad's house to visit them, it is not the way it should be. She's supposed to be in her house and they'll be coming to visit her. That is what this girl is manipulating children now. That Baba Mohbad said Mohbad supposed to come to him with the child so that people can come and greet them there. Let's continue.
Your father-in-law and your mother-in-law are not on good terms.
Yeah. Look at this thing, bats. Look at Jude. Jude, I'm disappointed in you. If I don't watch any podcast, if I don't watch any interview, I always purposely search for your interviews. You messed up, Jude. You are not a good interviewer. This interview you did, it shows how lack of integrity you've got. Somebody that you had an opportunity to interview. If this interview was not a paid one, I was asking you to ask questions like, when did Mohbad die? Why didn't you call the police? What happened? Why we heard Baba went to the police station. They refused this man a death certificate. Baba said after three hours, they sent him out. You need questions. Questions that Nigerians, the world, have been craving to hear. Look at this literate. He left all those important questions. He's asking about
After my husband's demise. So
you had an opportunity of 30 minutes interview. You are asking about the relationship of Baba Mohbad and Iya Mohbad. Kí ló kẹ́ mi pẹ̀lú yẹn? Ìyá mi kò gbé pẹ̀lú bàbá mi. It is another way of life in Nigeria. If the relationship is not working, people go their separate ways. Why are you bringing that to what killed Mohbad? What shall we be able to follow?
I think I need to understand that Mother-in-law has been the only one absent of Liam. He never did. Instead, he was always online, defaming us, and then I apologized to him. I apologized to him also. I would bring him over to him. When was this? That was I think 3 weeks after my husband demise. Then it was I started going on.
Emma shall be nature. Ejo, fetal kokon. Ejo.
Like talking about the DNA.
Emma Bino, please.
Introducing.
Oh shit. What shall I do? And the Aûtøpsy again, at least can okay. I can't do a phone. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, okay, hold on.
Popular actress had gone on there and confirmed that you gave him. I think there are 2 things that I heard maybe are from him. One is that she has questioned whether yourself and your husband were married.
I don't.
By time, like, I don't know if I can translate this person, but I understand where he was heading to. So I just had to apologize to him to make things, to make things calm. And I asked him again, like, what happened? Why are you doing this to me? Then he responded by saying, he is sure that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what he wants. And truly, a lot of people called me, my dad, my mother-in-law, my husband's friend, and a few people who were around literally called me to tell me what he wants. And he told my father that whatever that belongs to my husband, I know that I have access to. I should make sure that I hand over everything to him, including the landed property God for him. So I told.
You see, the truth is coming out. Do you remember they said Mohbad had a will? Can you see what she's saying now? She said, including the landed property, Mohbad got for Liam. Mohbad is a little boy, a 26-year-old boy that just started his life. He never thought he was going to die. So why is he putting every of his property in Papa Lolo's name if there was not a hidden agenda? Remember, they told us Mohbad does not know how to sign. He's always, they said Mohbad thumbprints to sign. It was when we all came out and dragged them. That was when they said they didn't say that. Look at what she's saying. If not because it has been pre-planned, why will you say Mohbad that has not settled his father? Look at how Baba Mohbad is. Look at how Iya Mohbad is. Look at how all Aloba's family were looking. They were looking unkept. They looked neglected. Even though Mohbad has been a celebrity, they made him to turn his eyes against his father. The father said, and I quote, and you heard him. Baba said the highest money Mohbad gave him was 100,000 that went to his account. That they should check his account. That to see Mohbad through the schools. He will not leave him and start buying land for Maria, be like Marita. He will not see go you are like it transformer. Make it make sense. No. One he laid out work at we look in the house before we name the child. Ebi power, yeah, on baba bye. On baba bye there. I was mostly a child. I want to buy it from no. I shall make it make sense. Ashana, you so much make Papa Lolo special. You so much make like, whoa, be married on the Alaba. What is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you? Forgetting that when you had this child that you are claiming is Mohbad's child, Mohbad told his father that you have put to bed, Baba should come for the placenta. Baba was waiting 3 hours. He didn't see placenta. He didn't see Mohbad. When Baba called Mohbad, where is placenta? Mohbad said, Baba, don't worry. Somebody has taken the placenta. This is a man that you refuse to give the placenta. And in Yoruba land, the placenta is always given to the parents to go and bury. And even if they want to eat it, let them eat it. But the owner of the child, they don't have the placenta. Am I communicating? You refuse to give placenta, but you are sitting down there with your smelly Pulani, claiming my husband, my father, I'm going to shield it. Make it make sense. Mohbad has not bought a land for his father. He has not feed his father. I know you have Mohbad Shewood. Baba ni mo not talk quiet. Oh, Jelu Mama Gawa, you rest. What's up, Baba? The village neighbor. Me no call Baba nge. Baba fele you ba feeder. Àwọn fi ẹgbẹ́ tó ń jìyà sílẹ̀ ṣá. Àwọn lọ sáìnì ilẹ̀ lóríṣiríṣi lórí orúkọ ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣá. Ọmọ tó wẹ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi sáàmù lówó náà bú ẹ tó fi bí. Ẹ jẹ́ máa play.
Told you the same thing I has been telling people, like this is what these people are telling me. And I really understand that daddy, you have, like my husband got through 2 lands before you came, like one in Ekiti and one in Ikorodu. Like, why do you want to take the one?
Shabego, can you hear what she said? Mohbad has 2 lands, just 2 lands, before he died. One in Ikorodu and one in Ekiti. Let me bust your bubble now. Mohbad has no land in Ekiti. You can't make it open. Mohbad has no land. Don't forget that they have lied on Baba that Baba is building a house in Ekiti. That's what she's trying to establish here. Mohbad has no land. Why will Mohbad? No. Make it make sense. Why will Mohbad go and buy land in Ekiti? In this computer age, Mohbad has never been to Ekiti. You can call Baba Mohbad and ask. It is only Baba Mohbad that is always been to Ekiti. And Baba Mohbad will small little here. Just for Baba Mohbad is small lady. But the key at your own. Baba Mohbad go really lonely. I want to Mohbad said, I will not come Mohbad. What if Mohbad properties don't want to go there? You will not go to Ekiti to buy that. Why is this girl lying? Why is this girl lying? Does she think she's saying the truth? Mohbad will leave a go. You will not go and buy land in Ekiti. Mohbad has no land in Ekiti. Let's continue.
That belongs to him. Then it was like I shouldn't question him. That is what he wants.
Have you noticed, everyone? For the past 10 minutes I've been playing this thing. This girl has not given us a tangible reason for Mohbad's spy. She has not given us a clue to what happened on that bad night of 11th. All what she has been saying for the good 10 minutes is properties. Even Jude, as tall as he is thinking it's under his feet. He couldn't even, ask question that the world is dying to hear. Properties, Mohbad. I love the count of how many times she called properties in this interview. And something bad. They sat in a corner and they want to tell me this nitwit is innocent. You have to make it make sense. You have to convince me. Don't confuse me. You have to convince me. Look at her words. And this interview sold her out. I don't know why Nigerians, they they lost their integrity just because of 2,000, especially these Instagram people. I'm not talking about my followers. My followers are intelligent. They think outside the box. Let's continue.
And I said, okay. Then it was like, what F1, he said it in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand Yoruba. Okay, so he said, you are your lawyer promised go get go for any come on tó bá mi sọ pé ó bí wọn ṣé ọmọ mi náà fẹ́ wọn lè fún mi ni like I don't know if I can translate this in English. So he actually said like what effort you does my lawyer my husband's lawyer has and he requested for his son's properties and he was telling him that he has a son so like this is like who is his grandchild to start dictating what he wants. So you talk about the competition. Exactly. Yeah. So he said to his son's lawyer, who is the grandchild? Yeah. So exactly. Mohbad's my husband's property. Yeah. But like this is one thing that most people do not know, and you know, I was not even given the chance to talk. So I was not given the chance to say,
look at this nitwit. She said I was not given the chance to talk. Ashana, you had the whole chance in this world to talk. Even I came out personally to say, Ashana, either it was a mistake, either it was anything. Come out and give us your truth. I will back you up. Look at her. They did not give her a chance to talk. This girl, immediately Mohbad died. You put up 8 updates. After the 8 updates, you ran to this lover. To lie. She started backing you up with Shepardei. They manipulated Nigerians. And this is you here telling us they did not give you the chance to talk. Have you forgotten all the interviews, all the curses you laid on your supporters platform on TikTok? Your speakers on TikTok. Can I start playing it for you? I will get there. You say you don't have the chance to talk. You caused Baba. You told Abu Ebel. You came on one of these host line with Abu Ebel. You went to Abu Ebel to come and beg them, no? Let's continue.
To say my own side of the story, so you know.
Look at this girl. She said they did not allow me to say my own side of the story. Ashana, you had the opportunity, all the opportunity in this world to talk. Because you came out first before Baba granted any interview. You lied on that man. You said he rushed to go and bury the child. You said he embalmed that child in the house. You had it because every world, have you forgotten that immediately Mohbad died, they started contributing money for you. People supported you without knowing what happened. All I was hearing on the internet was his widow, his little girl, his little son. You had the opportunity. Shepardei came into your life to manipulate Nigerians with this lover. You now said you don't have any opportunity to talk. So after Ashana, you don't need anybody to talk. The last time I checked, social media said what is in your mind. Ashana, you can always put on your social media on Instagram and talk. But you never did. You're not supposed to wait for up to this, going to 2 years. So this is not when you had the opportunity. Every night you're always going on TikTok to manipulate your speakers. To manipulate, to lie on people. You're always talking on TikTok, Ashana. Stop playing. Spare me your fuckery. Spare me your fuckeries. You're always talking. You have never kept quiet. You are always talking. Lying on people. Turning heads around. And you are there. What an effrontery. Lying with your full chest that you never had the opportunity. Olushi to feleji to loka iyane.
So as much as I feel like some things need to be addressed, I still have the mindset that I don't know how people will react if I should talk.
Ashana, what are we going to react? Only Igbo people that is there, please help me. Clear conscience fears no accusation. Why are you thinking about people's reaction when you wanted to express yourself? When you wanted to tell us what happened? Why crazy to you. That's fine. Thank you. Yeah. The second thing is,
please, what I just need is love and like,
If Mohbad's death has affected your mental health, your chic will not be like puff chic. If Mohbad's spy has affected your mental health, your thinking, it has depressed you, as you have said, you will not be like this, Ashana. You will not even have time to talk to anybody. Ashana, I'm a product of depression. I fought it. I never took any drugs. Ashana, you never for one day mourn Mohbad. I nominally lied for a living as well. But that morning, you never for one day missed Mohbad. You never for one day regretted fighting Mohbad. Do you know what is terms depression? Lord be, I want to go through depression. Lord be, I want to see ọkọ. Jẹ̀nyú ọkọ tó kú fún. Lord be, I want to jẹ̀nyú tọmọ kú fún. You will not be here to tell the story, Ashana. For the next 2 years, why Mama Joko Tiene, you could go and sit with her. We don't want her to die. We don't want her to commit suicide. The second day Mohbad died, you were gallivanting. You were going on platforms on Instagram to talk. May God forgive you.
So I feel like we're speaking up with United for me at this point.
The biggest thing that I think is all that really your father-in-law has.
I'm disappointed in Jude. For the past 20 minutes, Jude is just talking about father-in-law. Jude, Olushi wants glasses here. Come on, I guess it's okay to do. I want glasses here. They can't do that. I love you so you what Sherry? You brought her to come and exonerate herself or what? Did you bring this interview for this girl to exonerate herself? Because you are not making it make sense to me, Jude. You are not making it make sense to me. All what you have been asking is about father-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law. Honestly, Jude, if I was in Nigeria, I will write the Association of Journalism to withdraw your license. You are not what? Because I will be a boyada.
Two things that I heard that don't need to be from him. One is that he has questioned whether yourself and your husband were married. Yeah. And two, he has questioned whether your husband is the father
Of my child.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the first one, I know that as far back as 2003, if I remember correctly, a popular actress had gone online and confirmed that you guys were married.
Yeah.
What's the exact status of that marriage thing? Because I think that's the first thing your father-in-law
spoke about. Yeah, it was a traditional marriage, like, yeah.
Which is recognized under the law.
Because it is.
She said it was a traditional marriage. And Jude said, which is recognized under the law. Jude, Shemo State is not recognized it. Because I remembered vividly when Ashana went to court to tell the judge. That was the first day Ashana went to court after the first time she went for the inquest, yeah? She went to court to tell the judge that she doesn't want DNA to be done, number one. And she went to court for something. Can you all remember? The judge told us categorically that as far as she's concerned, because you are not married legally, you are married traditionally, go back to your father-in-law to settle the routes, to settle the scores between you before you all come back to court. I have no right to tell your father-in-law what to do. Can you all remember? So now, Jude, if traditional marriage is recognized in Nigeria, the judge will not father-in-law because as far as I'm concerned, you are the traditional marriage. So I will expect you to go back to your father-in-law, go and talk, go and have a round table talk, and come back to court. Now, look at Jude sitting there and saying it's recognized in the court of law. Coming out from this man, Jude, even in your state, in your family, God forbid, if anything should happen. If your mother was not married legally to your father, your mother in Igbo town, Igbo, they will now say they are traditionally married. I don't blame you, you are working for your money. But I think integrity, your integrity should be paramount to you than all this nonsense you're doing.
It wasn't an introduction.
No, it was it. But the funniest thing is that he was even the one that made that possible. I mean, my father, him.
House.
That is the funniest thing because left me and my husband, we just wanted to live our life.
She said the introduction, Baba made it possible. She said left to me. Myself and Mohbad, we wanted to live our life without a marriage, without anything. Ashana, initially you wanted that. But when you saw that, you came into Mohbad's life to milk him, to ridicule him, and you had your plans. You quickly brought in that Papa Lulu, and you had an introduction. You are now telling me Baba made it happen. We need evidence. Because you were not deaf. When Baba came on my chat and said, because you were pregnant for Mohbad, they need to do something. That was when the introduction came up. And when you should become audacity. Hey, you.
Please hold on.
Plan and say poison killed him. Check all the Bukky away. Supported her. I gave her all my support. Let me tell you something you don't know. Do you expect less from Jude?
So I think that is one thing that's been causing the whole issue. The fact that Liam is in the picture.
Can you listen? She said the fact